Hello and welcome to Crucible of Words for yet more dedicated Legacy action. Today we've got a treat for you. We're playing some Otherworldly Dredge with our special guest, Madveek. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So Madveek is much more expert in the old Otherworldly Gaze Dredge than I am. I've only played this sort of list once, and I made a few errors, and he's very kindly decided to come along and give me a hand. So
Yeah,
how long have
I've
you
been playing this deck for like 8 months now. I
Yeah.
saw the history of this deck. Like Dredge has been an archetype forever in Legacy, and usually it runs Lionside Diamond. But so there's this guy. He goes in MTGO by Mahfuz Van Gogh or something like that. He swapped the LEDs for Otherworldly Gaze. So yeah, that's the innovation of the deck.
So just for people who don't know, Dredge deck, basically we're trying to put these cards, which are dredges, into our graveyard. And then instead of drawing a card, we draw this from our graveyard, which flips over the top cards of our library, putting things like Narcomoebas, Bridge and Blows, Ichorid, Cabal Therapy, Hogaak. And then we just get loads and loads of value by sacrificing things, making loads of tokens, messing with our opponent's hand, and we just sort of beat them down over a few turns. So it's a pretty fun deck. I've played it on my channel a few times of various different builds, so hopefully my viewers are relatively familiar with it. What I would like to talk about, the thing that's interested me is the sideboard. What's the decisions on the sideboard cards here?
Yeah, so Serenity is good against Painter on like 8 cast. Those matchups can be a bit rough. So yeah, it's like a good card against those decks.
Blows up
It can
everything,
be
doesn't it, really? So
Sorry?
it not only blows up their hate pieces, but blows up the way they're trying to win the games. It's sort of it's just
that's exactly it. And like sometimes they have inevitability with like Ursa Saga that gets them Soul Guide Lantern. So it's a good card for those matchups.
And the Gemstone Caverns is an interesting one.
Yeah, so the deck is a bit slower than LED Dredge.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to have a bit more speed bump. Like Legacy right now is very fast. And I feel like the deck can be a little bit slower on the draw. So I wanted to add that speed bump. And also, like, this deck is really, really good at winning with very few cards in hand. Mm-hmm. Like, you might call it pitch Dredge because you don't care that much about pitching cards. So that's why you have Force of Will, why you play 4 Greaves. And Gemstone Caverns, like, usually it's a big downside getting one card pitched for it. But in this deck, like, you have so much stuff that random stuff in your hand that you don't care about removing it from the game. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's there. And also you have a bunch of instants like Firestorm, Otherworldly Gaze that you can cast. The bounce spells, one thing I noticed is like it was pretty rough when you were on the draw on the turn 1 Leyline of the Void, and then on your turn you need to bounce it, and then you need to start playing the game on turn 2. So Gemstone Caverns allows you to bounce their Leyline on turn 0, and on your first turn you can start doing your stuff.
So when we board this in, are we boarding it in over just another land, or is it over a spell?
It's over a land.
Okay.
If you're playing, usually it's Gemstone Mine is the worst land in the deck, because it's not rare that you end up flashbacking Otherworldly Gaze, so you want to keep your lands in play. On Gemstone Mine, 3 uses can be a bit short. So depending on the matchup, maybe against Delver, you can sideboard out a City of Brass to avoid the damage, but usually it's the Gemstone Mine.
All right. I think we're just going to jump straight into a league in a second. So anyone who's watching this, like, comment, subscribe. These things help me and they don't cost you anything, so do those. And we're going to jump into a league with Otherworldly Dredge with special guest Madveek. All right, so we're into round 1. We are on the draw. This is our opening hand. my initial impact is to discard this, to mulligan this and get a better hand with some mana we can use. Because we could always draw up and discard the Grave-Troll. That is an option we have, but I think we're probably better off just getting a new grip. Do you agree?
Yeah. This is too slow.
This doesn't have any enablers, so this seems like a pretty obvious mulligan. So we got here. So you've got Otherworldly Gaze. We've got Cabal Therapy. We can target ourselves if we want to put both our Ichorids in, but we're probably looking at, if we were to keep this, we'd get rid of the Narcomoeba and probably an Ichorid.
Yeah.
Would you keep this one?
Yeah, I would keep it. It's not the greatest hand.
But if we can find a land with the Otherworldly Gaze, and we can do some Cephalid Coliseum stuff as well.
Yeah, we're hoping that the Otherworldly Gaze carries it. So I would keep it, but it's...
Would you agree with putting one of the Ichorids back?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how we go. Because this is the list that you 5-0'd with recently as well, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah. So, see what we do again. Is this going to be a Chalice? Might be a bit tricky if it is, but...
Yeah, if it's a Chalice, we can... Oh, yeah, that's also tricky.
Yeah, okay.
We can give it a try to... I mean, yeah, we can play a few turns, and then...
I think we draw and discard, right? We draw and discard. But we might concede if we are in a bad position. We don't want our opponent to see what we're doing.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I wouldn't play anything and just wait. Like, if they go Rebel Master or something like that this turn, I would just concede because we're not getting there.
Because this might be one of the hands where they just think the Magus is going to do enough, so the rest of their hand is a bit slow, so maybe we can just draw up and discard. Okay. So next turn, we can discard the Golgari Grave-Troll depending on what our opponent does. We kind of want our opponent to play a threat really, and so that we can pretty much just concede. But yeah, that'll do for me. I think we can concede and conserve information there. Yeah. So I've seen an uptick in red prison decks for the last few days, actually. So what do we want here? So we don't need this because we're going to be on the play. But they're going to have a lot of stuff that we need to bounce, but our bounce spells might not be good in the face of Chalice. We have Force of Will, which is something I really struggle with in terms of dredge list of how to fit them in. So what would you board for this matchup?
But normally, I think they do play for Leyline of Sanctity. Let me check.
Yeah, I played one against a prison deck last night that was running 4 ley lines.
Yeah, that's... So I would, like, usually I would bring... Yeah, they play 4. I would bring the Serenity for sure.
Mm-hmm. This also dodges Chalice as well, so it's a good one for that.
Yeah, the Force of Will, the 4 of them. And then usually I would bring the bounce spells, but given that they haven't seen our deck, I don't think they're bringing Leyline. What do you think?
I think we can probably risk it for this. Although, because we didn't play anything, they might assume that we are some sort of combo deck, perhaps. So they might think what are our cards that are going to be good against combos. So they might think we're like either some sort of epic storm deck that doesn't necessarily play lands until it needs to go off sometimes, or like epic gamble type thing. So there's definitely some costs here. But what are we boarding for these cards at least? Because we don't want to board too many cards because we'll ruin our engine. So what do you reckon we swap in for these? Are we looking at some of our other disruption? Are we swapping?
I would bring out 2 Firestorms that, like, we usually, like, we're more afraid of the lock pieces, so that's, we can take those out. Mm-hmm. Maybe a couple of Breakthrough and 1 Golgari Grave-Troll.
Thug, sorry.
Yeah, that's like the worst dredger,
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily have the runes to put these in for now. Because obviously we don't want to dilute our deck too much, but we might end up in a situation where on the draw, we might want these sorts of things over discard because discard's going to be less good after turn 1. So,
yeah, that's exactly what we do. On the draw we take up the Greaves and we bring the bounce spells.
Well, we've got this. We've got the Otherworldly Gaze, we've got the mana to put into it twice, so we should be able to get a dredger in. I think this is keep.
Yeah.
We've got the protection from the Serenity is quite nice. I think we'll lead out on Cephalid Coliseum here. I don't think our life total is going to be the big thing that changes this game. It's going to be whether they get the lock pieces. I'd rather have the option of maybe casting more and more Otherworldly Gazes, so having the Gemstone Mine come in second is probably going to be better.
Yep, I agree.
So is there any reason we do this now, or do we wait? Just do it in our opponent's turn, so they have less information to work with. Because there's probably not much we're going to do with this, even if we do like hit. I guess we could hit Narcomoeba and Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, but I think it's better to do it on their turn. Like they could have Pyroblast, but I don't know. It's,
well, if they're a prison deck not doing anything on turn 1, that's not the end of the world for us either. So
yeah.
Den of the Bugbear. A Magus of the Moon. Okay, so we'll definitely be casting Otherworldly Gaze in response to this. So we're not going to be able to use our lands for anything this game anyway.
Yep.
So we just want to dump everything in, don't we?
Yep.
Okay. Let's pop my graveyard out here when I'm playing Dredge. So I had to burn 2 Simian Spirit Guides for this as well. Oh. Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. This might not be a particularly long round, this one.
We can still draw a Faithless Looting. It's a pretty decent draw. Like we can cast it and then flashback it.
We haven't got anything to bring us back, so. Alright. So we want to keep our cards in hand so we can discard a Golgari Grave-Troll when the time comes.
Yep.
And if we draw a Faithless Looting, we can play a land that turn as well. So the following turn, we can play the other land and flash it back. So there's no real downside for us holding cards in hand right now. Take 2 off the Magus. At least it's a slow clock for now. Force of Will, a little bit late, but we kind of don't want to have to use this though.
Yeah.
Which is awkward. We need this turn to sort of go well for us, and then we can use it on the following turn. I think the situation we're in is we pretty much can't afford to counterspell anything they play here, because it's just going to slow us down by so many turns.
I mean, you let it resolve and then start dredging next turn on. I mean, the other turn. I don't think we were forcing it. I don't think we're winning this game. Like it's too many turns.
Yeah.
And then we can, like dredge and play the lands and maybe cast Force of Will.
So get rid of the 1 for 6. Like we can still definitely win this game. Need a few good dredges, but
yeah.
Another Magus of the Moon. These are very low impact threats.
Yep.
So let's dredge this. What do we hit? Not a lot. So we need to go to discard again and throw away the troll because we don't have any dredges.
A bit unfortunate.
That's right. It happens sometimes, doesn't it? Rabble Master. Well, we can't counter anything anyway, so this definitely represents the clock shortening in a massive way. So we've probably got what? So we take lethal next turn, I think. So I think this game is probably over.
I mean, if we flip like the 3 Narcomoebas on 3 bridges, I would use 1 Ichorid because...
Yeah, well, we're dead if we don't do something right, so...
Yeah.
Which one is that? Trigger? So
no, you need to click on the... the other one, maybe? Oh, yeah, that's...
No, it doesn't let you click on the one. So
yeah, you
can hit big here. A Narcomoeba and a bridge.
I mean, we have 3 bridges. We can...
They're not going to block with the Rabble Master. And if they do, we can stack it so we get our 3 bridges, but then that's all we get. But that's probably enough looking at their board right now. So I think we do attack with the Ichorid.
Yeah. Yeah. We attack with the Ichorid. And like if they block, we stack the triggers.
Yeah. I suspect they won't block here.
I mean, it's closer than what it appears, right?
If they got like another Rabble Master in hand, then this is probably just a snap block. But
yeah, but we get 3,
and we get the Hogaak as well.
Yeah, but we can't cast it because of 3 Sphere.
The way we pay off of Dredge works for this, right? I'm pretty sure we can cast it through that.
Okay, we'll see. So
Your graveyard, your
click on the one
graveyard.
on the left. Yeah, click on left. Yeah.
So we go to our main phase, and I think we can cast the Hogaak here because we can pay using cards from our graveyard and these, and it still counts as paying towards this.
Yeah, maybe. I think they changed the rules. I don't know.
Well, we're not really casting many of these spells. I guess we will probably pay black this way. We still got 2 more to pay, so
I would pay with the. No, I would keep 1 zombie to block.
and then just get rid of 2 therapies.
Yeah, yeah, we're not casting those. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you can play, I would play a land, and then go to the. I mean, we want to have Force of Will up if possible, and we can also flashback the Faithless
Looting on
Looting.
the following turn, yeah. That seems fine to me. So I think we're in a pretty good spot now, though.
Yeah. Hogaak is like, oh, they consider wow.
There you go.
Hogaak is like, I think, in my opinion, it's the best like singleton card in the. Like, I would rather have Hogaak than any other card in the deck. Like, it's better than the first Golgari Grave-Troll one. It's insane.
So presumably we want this Gemstone Caverns in for probably a mine in this matchup.
Yeah.
And then do we want these bounce spells in for the Griefs? Because the Griefs are not going to be very good on the draw.
But do you think they have Leyline of the Void? Because we
they
saw
had the Fairy Macaques, didn't they?
I don't know. Like checking deck list, they always run Leyline of the Void.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
We could always split the difference and have 2 and 2. But like, how good is Grief going to be for us? I guess if they don't do anything on turn 1, the Grief gets better. And
Yeah,
I we can
would
cast on the Blood Moon as well.
Yeah. Let's go for the bounce spells.
Because we've already brought in the Force of Wills anyway, so we've got a little bit of less black cards. I suppose only the 1 Thug we've lost there, but we may as well lean into it. We haven't seen any chalices yet, which is interesting. They must have them, but...
Yep.
Alright, submit like this.
Yep.
See if we can get a Gemstone Cavern. I haven't put a Gemstone Cavern into play since Time Spiral was illegal in Standard, I think. So it's been a while.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
This hand looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're probably getting rid of the City of Brass for the Gemstones, would you say?
Yeah. Oh, and they have the Leyline of the Void.
That's a little bit awkward, but we can filter some cards with an Otherworldly Gaze if we need to.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Like, this is obviously not a great situation for us, but we did just bring in all those bounce spells. So we've got 5 to hit.
This looks like a chalice. Ah, no.
Fable.
Okay, so now I would cast the Otherworldly Gaze to get the info on what we're drawing first. I feel that
It's a question of do we keep the Careful Study or not. I think we just have to get rid of the other cards.
Yeah. Well, I would keep the Careful Study, force this Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and then go on with...
You reckon we should force this one, yeah? Just to stop them developing there. Because they've used quite a lot of resources already, so we can slow them down.
I don't know if we should cast it right now.
Yeah. I don't even think we should play our land out either. Because we kind of want to have more... The only problem is if our opponent plays a Magus of the Moon next turn, I guess they probably would have played Magus if they had it, right?
Yeah.
So...
I would... Yeah.
I think we just pass here. Keep our land in hand because it gives us more cards to potentially discard. Because we don't want to lose our Dredger as well as... Because finding the thing to get rid of the Leyline is one thing, but then we also have to make sure that we've got a creature to... A way of putting our creature in the bin and a creature, so... Just the Magus. Rabblemaster. Okay, so that's a quick clock, but...
We might get lucky.
Yeah. At least it wasn't... I think the Magus shuts us down completely there because we'll never be able to cast a bounce spell.
Yep.
So... I think this time we have to fire off the Careful Study.
Yep.
Because we don't have the luxury of waiting anymore. Not great. The Otherworldly Gaze sees more cards than the Careful Study, so we're definitely getting rid of a Gemstone Mine here, I'd say. But I think it's probably going to be one of these two. If we get rid of the Faithless Looting, then we can cast the Otherworldly Gaze now.
Yeah, but I would get rid of the Grave-Troll because if we find the bounce spell, like it's gonna be like we also need to get the Grave-Troll on the graveyard, so the looting is just better.
Okay, so we're getting rid of the Grave-Troll, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we play out our Coliseum because we're going to be Otherworldly Gazing. We don't need to do it now, we can do it in our opponent's turn. Feels like we're in a bit of trouble here. But there's so many ley lines around at the moment in Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. This opponent might have the 4 ley lines plus the 3 macabres. It's pretty hateful.
Right, let's see what we got. We just got to get rid of all of these.
Yeah. I will cast the
1,
Faithless
2,
Looting.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I think we're probably done here, though.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, we can't do anything with this.
Yeah.
Alright. They did not like graveyards on the other side, but I think the second game was quite a good showcase of what the deck can do there. Even when we were sort of under a Trinisphere and had a bit of a slow start, we did alright.
Yep.
But let's go on to the second round. Alright, we get to be on the play for round 2, which is a good place to be. Let's have a look. We've got a way of putting a creature into our graveyard with a Firestorm. We can also bin off the Hogaak here. So we can get the dredges going, or we can grief.
I think this is too slow because it looks good, but we're missing like the little bit of extra power.
Or the draw spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, let's mulligan this one. Like, we have the draw spells, we don't really have anything to do with it. So I think we can do better than this.
And this one is alright, it's not amazing.
But we're going to have to be relying on trying to find a dredger, though.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a keeper?
Borderline. I would keep it. I would keep it on.
Okay, so we're throwing back the Narcomoeba. We're probably keeping Grief Cabal Therapy, which means we're getting rid of a Firestorm.
Yeah. I usually like to play turn 1 Grief because, like before, wait, like I'm thinking if because if we play our Careful Study and it gets countered, we are in a pretty bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll have more cards to work with, so it's kind of. But all the stuff we're looking for is stuff that goes into our graveyard. So I think we grief first.
Yeah, let's try to grief first. And like, there's so much combo in the leagues on so fast stuff that you need to have interaction quickly.
Our opponent's working with Stifle, Ponder, Daze, Brainstorm, Plow. So I'm probably thinking the Plow, so that if we can get an Ichorid, it can actually do its thing. It's probably better.
I think I'm leaning on either the Daze or I think maybe this turn we can play Careful Study and try to see if we get a Dredger. Honestly, I think it's the Daze. I think it's the Daze.
It's the Daze. I guess if we don't hit this turn and we maybe have to draw in Firestorm, it might be awkward if they have the Daze.
Yeah.
We'll leave their revealed cards up here. And then we have to do this and try and hit ourselves a Dredger.
Yeah.
Did not hit a Dredger, so we're probably keeping the Otherworldly Gaze here.
Yeah, we can also keep the land on flashback Otherworldly Gaze. That's also not.
That might be better, actually.
I like that one.
Yeah. And that means we can actually flashback other Otherworldly Gazes that we find. So they're not just like dead cards once they hit the graveyard. That makes sense. There's a Flooded Strand. Hallowed Fountain. Interesting. Esper Sentinel. Very interesting. Cabal Therapy, or we should probably just be flashing back the Otherworldly Gaze here. Our opponent will draw a card though.
Yeah.
But I think we are
Yeah, we.
And we're best off doing it now with our opponent can't stifle, can't like brainstorm or do anything or stifle triggers. So
Yep.
stifling a Narcomoeba trigger feels like a very mean thing to do.
Yeah, it's a bit buggy. You need to pay in again.
So we can't pay for this one. All right, this is pretty good.
Yep.
I reckon we keep the Cabal Therapy in hand, so we can just do
No,
double therapy next turn.
I will put everything in the graveyard.
Really?
Yeah, because like we're not drawing, we're dredging next turn.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah. Yeah. The only things you want to keep on top in this point are things that draw you more than one card.
Yep.
And that's just only once you've got dredges in the bin.
Yep. And now, like, what's good about having 2 lands is that we can find another Otherworldly Gaze and keep flashing them back.
Right, so there's the Ponder. I have to imagine they're looking for another land here.
Yep.
I'm trying to think why they'd have Hallowed Fountain. It could be budget reasons. Or it could just be that they're running like something like Field of the Dead. But this would be a weird setup for Field of the Dead decks. Let's get back the Imp. Get 5 cards into a deck. They can't stifle this because they've got no mana up. So we missed their land drop, which is nice for us.
So now, I would...
We can take the Plow out.
Or
the Brainstorm to stop them looking for lands.
Yeah, I would start with the Brainstorm and then see what else they have in hand. And we can pay for this percent, you know.
Are you thinking about days or something? Okay, so they've got 2 Swords to Plowshares now. Baleful Strix, Stifle, Force of Will as well. Yeah,
And have a Ponder, right?
Stacked.
How do you feel about taking the Ponder? I want them to strand them with 1 land. I would take the... I mean, they can Force of Will also. But I will take their...
We've got 2
Ponder.
therapies, so I think it's fine to do that.
Yep.
I wouldn't do it if I only had the 1 therapy, I don't think. And we've already paid our tax, so we may as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so that's our turn done. So we need to trim down all these things because there's too many on there. And Ponder's gone.
They have 1 stifle,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright. I'm taking a bit of damage here, but they don't seem to have much going on over there. Now we can judge the big troll this time. We have another Otherworldly Gaze we can do some stuff with here.
Yeah, do we want them to have a Dredger? Yeah, we have a Thug. Because if we cast it, they get to draw a card. Honestly, I wouldn't cast it. I would just slow Dredge.
We're not facing much of a clock anyway, so...
Yeah.
And eventually we're going to get to the point where we're going to have some stuff to do.
Yeah, and even like best case scenario is like even if we get a like a draw spell, they will counter it. So and if we get a Cephalid Coliseum, they can stifle it.
So they found their second land. The clock's still not a very fast clock, so we've got a lot of wiggle room here. They don't have a plow up right now, so we can get this back and try and hit into the
plows. We can.
Yeah. With the so get rid of the grief because that does nothing in the graveyard. And is it just the Thug that we have in there, isn't it, to dredge? Not the most exciting dredges there. But I think we have to just use the Cabal Therapy here rather than attacking.
Yeah.
This might get a Force of Will. Depends on how much they value their Stifle and Plows. Yeah, Stifle and the Force goes. That's fine. We can do the same thing again next turn. Although whether or not we want to exile the Stinkweed Imp depends if they tap down their... If they tap down their planes, then we'll probably get the Ichorid back. If they have white up, there's no point putting the Ichorid into play, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. So a little bash 2 here. I'm not going to bother with this because they got plows up. We don't really need to lose our Ichorid here. Let's get our troll back. Still no hits there. So we could play out a Thug.
Yeah, I would play it. I mean, we take 2 damage, but they don't have a fast clock. Next turn, we're gonna get the Ichorids back. Probably they're gonna plow them. I think it's, yeah.
So they could plow this.
Yeah, but it's 1 less plow on the Ichorid.
We have 2 Ichorids coming back, so I don't think they should plow this. If they had a daze, that would be very annoying, but... So we can just... we haven't got any therapies left, actually, have we? No. So count the second therapy. I suspect they don't attack with the Sentinel here and just poke us for 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think we're getting both of these back.
Yeah.
They're just both going to get plowed, which is pretty annoying, though.
Yeah, the grief from the Imp.
Yeah, they're going to plow 1 and then plow the other one. It's a little bit awkward, but we're kind of in a situation we have to work through those plows.
Yeah,
it does give us more activations of our lands as well, which isn't the worst.
Yeah. We still have we still can draw into Hogaak, dredge Hogaak and another Thug and cast Hogaak, and we have our bridges on the Narcomoebas. I'm not too worried.
Still no Narcomoebas. Alright.
Do
you think it's now a good time to start using our Otherworldly Gaze?
No, I would pass. I don't want them to draw cards. I think I don't know. I think it's close. We can wait on their end step and think about it. I feel that their hand is counter spells. So now we don't know, but
we don't really want to play into the things that we suspect they have.
I mean, the thing is, we're not into that much pressure, so we can keep dredging. Maybe if they play at the ferry, I would consider casting the Otherworldly Gaze. Or maybe they're Shadow.
More like Esper Shadow. Could be. I'm just going to see some of these little guys. A Wasteland. So this will give us a choice of whether or not we...
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I think they've already used quite a lot of their turn. So if we do give them a card, they're not going to be able to deploy it this turn anyway.
Yeah, but what if we cast if we cast Otherworldly Gaze and we find, let's say, Faithless Looting, and then we try casting the Faithless Looting and they counter it, we lost the whole turn of dredging with the Grave-Troll. I wouldn't. I would just let it go.
Okay. Now, the only thing I think I would keep on top in this situation would be a Cephalid Coliseum.
Yeah.
And we've gone through 3 of those already. So
yeah.
It's probably not worth the life points at this point.
Yeah, also, yeah, it's two damage also.
Still no Narcomoebas, but we found a couple of bridges.
Yeah.
So now they might attack with the Sentinel to try and remove our bridges, but we just take the 1 if they do. We've got 1 Cabal Therapy left, I think. So they are a Shadow deck. Interesting. Not seen an Esper build before.
Do you feel they have another plow?
I don't think we get to play around it if they do, right?
Yeah, I think we need to return the Ichorid.
What was it? Stinkweed Imp, I think, is our best dredger in the graveyard right now. I guess they got another power. Sure. 3 plows.
It's not the end of the world, because if we find now we really want to find a Hogaak, and if we find oh my god, no. Yeah.
Jeez.
We pass. Yeah. But if we find an Narcomoeba on the Cabal Therapy on Hogaak, but I think it's not a terrible situation, because if they attack with the shadow, we can block on them.
Get
the Narcomoeba on top.
Yeah. We get 6. We get 3 guys off of it. So it's quite a lot. And we've only got 11 cards left in our library, so there's got to be some Narcomoebas in there somewhere. There's 3 Narcomoebas in 11 cards. Sure. Another one of these. Sure. So we get to block the shadow here.
Yeah.
And we can put the Narcomoeba on top of our library as well.
Yeah.
So this is pretty good for us. Oh, Didn't seem very happy about that. It's Narcomoeba on top. So this guarantees us a creature from our next dredge.
Yeah.
And we get
eventually we will find Hogaak. We didn't pitch it to something, right? Or
no, we didn't pitch it.
Yeah. Like we can block all day, you know.
Hey, one of them we put there, but still found another one. 7 cards left. 2 Narcomoebas in those 7 cards.
Yeah.
And a Cabal Therapy somewhere. Yeah. So we can just block with our Narcomoebas on their guys, on their Death Shadow, and get a bunch of zombies.
We're like building up to a turn
big
where
alpha swing, yeah. We don't need to do anything here. We just sit and wait. This is one of the sort of slow, grindier ones. The sort of game you don't actually get to play that often in Legacy anymore. The slow dredge games. Snuff out.
That's
snuffing out their own guy.
Yeah.
Bit rude. Makes their shadows a lot bigger as well.
Yeah.
They could make a mistake and attack with too many creatures here. But it's not looking great for us.
No, but we still have 1. So they're at 6. I don't know. It's going to be a close one because we still have 1 bridge left.
We've got 1 bridge, 1 Cabal Therapy, and a Hogaak.
On 2 Narcomoebas, right?
And 2 Narcomoebas, yeah. So we dredge 5 cards next turn. Or we dredge 4 because that's all we've got.
So how do we block here?
Is it zombies?
I would keep 2 zombies in case we...
In case we get the Hogaak.
Yeah.
So 1 and 1, I reckon.
1. You know, too late. But I would have let 1 through. Like we can be at 3. I don't know.
Well, the problem is if they play another Baleful Strix second main, then they just have us dead.
Yeah.
And making us work for this one. It's just the thugs. Come on, little thug. There's one of our Narcomoebas and the bridge and the Hogaak. Okay. We don't have the Cabal Therapy though.
Yeah, but we can play Hogaak. And then we will have like lethal. Or maybe not, I don't know. So I would play Hogaak. Yeah, that's a given. And then do we attack with the 2 Narcomoebas?
I think we just hold them back and we put them under the shadows, right? Because then we just get some bridge from below tokens. And then we can just alpha swing next turn.
Sorry?
If we put these under the shadows when they attack.
Yeah, but what if they don't attack?
Because if they can pump their shadow by 1 or whatever, and we lose our Hogaak, we don't get to attack with our Hogaak. So if we attack with this, they're probably going to trade this off. So we get 1 zombie out of this one.
Yeah.
We can probably attack with 1, maybe. But that it means if these get bigger and they attack us, we don't get to put anything underneath them to get zombies with. It's tough.
It's tough, yeah. Yeah, maybe we can pass. I don't know what's the correct answer.
We pass, and then the top card of our library gets to be... it doesn't really matter what we discard here.
Yeah, then it's Firestorm.
if it's the 1 Cabal Therapy, though.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice. But if it's a land, we can play out the Golgari Thug.
Yeah.
Which can then just recycle a Narcomoeba as well. Or we can just cycle Thugs so that we... Okay, so not doing anything. All right. So we just have to take a normal draw here. Otherwise we lose the game. So let's not lose the game.
Oh, it's the therapy.
Interesting. What do we think our opponent has is the question, though.
I think they have like Force of Will or something like that. What happens if we attack with everything? It's not enough.
So what they can do here, they can block these 2. No, they can block 1 here, take 1 damage, block this with here, block the other 2. So they can take 3, maybe? And then they kill us on the crackback. I guess...
And if we attack only with Hogaak?
We attack with just the Hogaak, then we can redeploy it. Yeah, I think that...
Wait, and what about Hogaak and the 2 Narcomoebas?
Yeah, I can see that.
The
The problem is they can just let the Narcomoebas through. So I think we probably just attack with one Narcomoeba.
What? So if they kill, they block the Hogaak. I mean, the Hogaak, they need to block it with one Death Shadow. So one Death Shadow. Oh, but it doesn't die, the Death Shadow, right? Yeah, it doesn't die.
No.
So I think we need to chip damage with only the Narcomoebas, right? And keep the... I don't know, it's super tricky. But if we attack with the Hogaak, they will block with the Shadow, and they go...
They take
They
one.
take one damage. Oh wait, what happens if you attack only with the Hogaak? They will block with the Shadow. It's a force block, the Death Shadow, right? So
yeah, but the Death Shadow lives, and our Hogaak lives, and they just take one damage.
No, the Death Shadow dies because they take. I think we need to attack.
Oh yeah, they will attack. Yeah.
Yeah, attack only with the Hogaak, and we'll see. Like this is game one, on we're 9 minutes left.
This has been a crazy game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to play like blazing fast and whatever.
This will be. They'll take one off of this if they block with a Shadow. So the Shadow will be an 8/8 that's taken 8. There'll be an 8/8 that's taken 7 damage, right? They're blocking with both of them. Interesting.
Okay. Sure. I recast it. Oh, but we lose the bridge. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I don't know. Oh, but yeah, click on that one. Yeah, we get one zombie back.
And then we can redeploy the Hogaak.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to use our Cabal Therapy for anything here.
Yeah.
A Force of Will. So we don't actually get to replay our thing. So if we'd have therapied first, we can't replay our Hogaak now because we don't have the second black source.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
Yeah, but they can't attack. So if they attack with the Shadow, we don't have lethal.
Yeah, if they attack with the Shadow, we can attack back for lethal unless they've got a creature in hand.
Oh yeah. No, we can't because we can attack for 4.
So this blocks here, and these block these two. We only attack for 3.
Okay.
Right, just have to draw.
We're drawing. Come on, Firestorm. I don't know if it's still there, but.
There is I think the last card in our deck is a Firestorm, right?
Really?
Let's
crazy.
just check our exiles. 1 Firestorm. Yeah, the last card in our deck is a Firestorm. So do we just wait and just Firestorm the next turn for the win?
Yeah, we play the Hogaak this turn.
Yeah.
And do we throw the Cabal Therapy?
Do we?
Do we attack?
No, we just. Oh, because in case they have another Force of Will or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to speed up the clock here.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, we did need to Cabal Therapy just to make sure, really. We can also put a load of damage on something and then trample over with the Hogaak. So the last card on our deck should be the Firestorm.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Oh, that's crazy. I would attack with everything and whatever happens. I mean, it's only... Oh, yeah, do we want to... Well, yeah, we can see the blocks and then we Firestorm, whatever.
Well, the Firestorm can go to their face as well, so...
Yeah.
So they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So...
Oh, but wait. Like if this is the blocks. Oh, we're dead anyway. Next turn. Yeah, you can.
1, 2, 3, 4. We might as well just pitch as many things as we can. Red.
Yeah, what a crazy game.
But it's pretty entertaining one. We might struggle to close the game there. And the damage comes through.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Oh, how are we sideboarding this one? So we want the cavern for probably a Gemstone Mine.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to be in our opponent's deck, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It feels like it's going to be more discardy type stuff. Like the shadowy type decks rarely have any leyline type stuff anyway. They're more into surgicals.
Yeah. For these kind of things, like I like to take out 2 Firestorms. And I know it won us the game, but I will bring 4 Force of Wills on Dream, maybe 1 Breakthrough on 1 Grief, like that.
All right.
Because there's like so much random hate they can have. I don't know, maybe
Graph Digger's Cage and stuff like that, or
Gravity-
whatever.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. We gotta go hard, and we gotta go fast because we don't have a lot of time. So,
Yeah, but it's a moral victory in our book, right?
like that game is a great piece for people to watch, right? So that's what our channel's about. So, getting some crazy last card being Firestorm. All right, this is our opener. This seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Just play this out. Otherworldly Gaze on our opponent's turn, and then hopefully break through in the next turn.
Oh yeah, this is like the worst case scenario.
Oh my god. I
Oh
misclicked.
no.
Oh no, that's so bad.
Yeah, well, happens. So,
Jeez. Oh no.
I mean, we can discard it.
Jeez.
This Thug. And we have the Force of Will. I don't know if we should be slow dredging.
No, I don't think we can afford to slow dredge.
Yeah. What do you think about conceding and going to the third game?
I
I don't think we're winning this one.
think we see what we draw on our next turn.
Yeah, it's a does.
And then if it's not a land, then I think we can just concede. Or if they play like some sort of cage right now.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to have seen them play a piece of hate, so at least you know what we're up against.
Yep.
We've just got to draw a regular card and see if it's land. It's not land. I think we just go to the next game.
Yep.
So we take out our caverns for a mine and then leave everything else the same, I think. Or do we want the grief back in?
Yeah, I want the grief back in, and we can take shave, maybe one Force of Will. Yeah.
Keeps our amount of disruption the same. Or do we just want more breakthrough just so we can go harder and faster?
Yep.
Given the time we have.
I think it's fine like this.
Okay. We can Cabal Therapy ourselves and then Otherworldly Gaze. This was probably fine. Or we can just... Yeah, we can Cabal Therapy ourselves on turn 1 for Stinkweed Imp. Is that good enough, do you reckon?
I'm thinking about it.
Because we get...
I would go for something... I would mulligan it.
Okay, we're going for something faster, are we?
Yeah, like
this is pretty good. Yeah, Cephalid Coliseum, Golgari Grave-Troll, Faithless Looting.
Yeah.
Seems
I would
good.
keep it. Yeah. So, what do you discard? So, sorry, what do you put back?
It's probably the
one Force of Will?
one Force of Will, yeah, because you got a blue card for it anyway, right? So it's either the Force of Will or the Otherworldly Gaze. This way we kind of get to keep both and then see how we go.
Yep. We kept 7.
I think we just gotta get our Faithless Looting on here. We have to force back their force here.
Yeah, I
to
don't know it, but yeah. Maybe we can play a slower game, but like we have so few, our clock is killing us. So
yeah. All right, this is pretty good.
That's like great. Yeah, yeah, those are very nice rows.
And then we can dredge, and then we can Cephalid Coliseum next turn.
Yeah, and we're insulated against like a surgical extraction. And even if they have like wasteland, we can still cast the Otherworldly Gaze. And like we can, like Cephalid Coliseum is uncounterable unless they have Stifle, but yeah, yeah, like we don't care about that at all. We just dredge the troll, and then yeah, we go wild.
Imp, troll. We got enough time to win this one, I reckon. How many bridges can you see there? One bridge. Yeah, we've got one bridge, so we don't get Hogaak this turn.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's a bridge as well. We've got 2 bridges. We can get Hogaak this turn.
Yeah, I think they have a surgical extraction. Just thinking about it. But still, like we have, if they surgical like their Narcomoeba, yeah, I think, yeah. What do you name? I would name surgical extraction. We have another. Do we have another? Yeah, we have another Cabal Therapy. I would name surgical extraction. Like that's the. Oh, they have out.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we cast the Hogaak.
1, 2. Oh, not the grief. I want to keep a black card in there. So, oh my god, don't have time to keep misclicking here. Black. Get rid of God, study and the
Lands.
lands.
So what do they have in hand? Because the snuff out actually can. Yeah, I think we would just pass. Like we could. Yeah, you can F6, but we could like Cabal Therapy.
And go again.
Yeah, but if they snuff out their Esper Sentinel, we'll lose our bridges and we can't get Hogaak back. But yeah, next turn we have like two Ichorids coming back. Like it's crazy next turn. I think that they might concede right now if we're lucky.
Just get these griefs out there.
Yeah.
Dredge this troll. Do we
And
need
here,
Are we just jamming with everything? Maybe
yeah,
with the
jamming.
guys?
We're a long clock. Maybe there's a play like yeah. I think we're jamming with it.
I think we got 3 minutes, so let's make good here. Like even if we lose an Ichorid, we still get a bunch of zombies.
Yeah, but they block this, so they lose their like if they. Yeah, but now we can.
No, they just concede anyway because they're taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So
yeah, nice. That was a
and they're dead to everything we've got next turn, and Plague Engineer won't save them. So, all right, bit of a slow one. I think maybe I'll be a bit faster on the next one, but we've got a win on the board, so let's jump ourselves into game 3, round 3 even. Seems like a fine keep to me.
Yeah, looks like a very good.
It's only the Thug, but we've got a lot of draws to into it. Like we can probably pitch the Ichorid to a grief as well.
Yeah.
A Badlands, okay, so probably looking at Reanimator here. So this might be a tricky one.
Yeah, as long as like if they don't have the reanimation turn 1, we can maybe get away with it.
I wonder if they're running the Atraxas or not. They are running Atraxa, there you go. Got a Lotus Petal, or do we get a turn? We're getting griefed. Sure, I wonder what they take here. Could be our grief.
Yeah.
Could be it's got to be the grief, I think, because all of these are kind of redundant and they don't want to put the Thug in the bin or the Ichorid. Yeah, pretty easy choice for them.
Suppose we play the City of Brass and hope and pray that we find another grief. We didn't.
We did not find another grief, so just get rid of a Thug and an Ichorid here.
Yeah. I don't know if it's game over. My intuition is that it's game over if they get Atraxa because like it has lifelink.
Yeah.
But maybe if like we would dredge, if things go well, we can dredge a lot of cards next turn. So maybe we can get like a Hogaak. Yeah, like they are pretty low on life. I don't know.
Let's see what they find. These aren't so bad.
Yeah, but they're gonna.
I guess they can take both of these out away from us though, if they want to. Can take a grief and a Thoughtseize, and then the Dark Ritual, I guess, and a land.
Yeah, but maybe there's some game to play because like the Atraxis, I don't know if they can like keep something. Well, we're dead in 2 turns. I don't know. Like if we draw a breakthrough.
Like it feels like this isn't the sort of matchup that goes to time anyway. So we've got time to see how this game plays out.
Yeah.
They're not trying to stop what we're doing. They're just going to match us in the face really hard. Thoughtseize, Verdant Catacombs, Dark Ritual, Atraxa. Yeah, the exact ones we said. Oh, no, they didn't pick the grief actually. Interesting.
Oh, okay. So this is actually. So I will bring that back.
You would or wouldn't?
Yeah, definitely.
You want it back? Interesting.
Yeah.
We got the Cabal Therapy, shouldn't we? So that makes sense. And
then I will dredge.
And then hope to hit another dredge. We did hit another dredge.
Okay.
Let's dredge some more.
Yeah.
Get this Narcomoeba. And then we can cast one of these.
If we get a Hogaak, maybe there's some game to play. Oh, this Hogaak. Okay. I will drop the Ichorid on the Stinkweed Imp.
So we're not attacking into this guy. So
but we don't have any bridge, right?
We don't have a bridge, no.
Oh, that's so bad.
I guess we just have to take a hit
We can Cabal Therapy them. Like, what do they have in hand?
Thoughtseize, Dark Ritual, Atraxa, and a land. Like, we don't care about any of those. Like, maybe the Dark Ritual, but I don't even know if we care about that one. I think we're just best off saving them for when we have a bridge.
Yeah, I would.
Because we don't care if they Thoughtseize our hand.
Yeah.
All of these cards are perfectly serviceable in the graveyard.
Yep.
We can cast Otherworldly Gaze in our upkeep as well.
Yeah, I would like word. Yeah, maybe it's the right play to cast it on.
Just gives us more cards, more choices of things to pitch for Ichorids. Although we've got the Grease anyway, but just gives us more chance of having stuff we want in there, I guess. We can cast this one in case we find something like a breakthrough on top.
Yep.
Right. Do your worst opponent. If they can get something like the Sarah's Emissary, is it? The one that...
Yeah, that's game over, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, nothing. They didn't find anything. I wouldn't block here.
No. We can take a couple of hits from this. How many Ichorids we got? Just one? No, we got 2 Ichorids. We got 2 Griefs, so we can get both our Ichorids back. Dark Ritual. This is going to be a hard cast Grief. An Exhume.
Oh, because they're gonna re-trigger. Okay, we bring back the. Wait, or is the Golgari Grave-Troll gonna? How big is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it'll be an 8/8 if we get the troll. So it'll be the same size as Hogaak. Obviously, we can cast a Hogaak.
I think it's a.
Or it could be the Stinkweed Imp because it's got Death Touch.
Nah, I think it's a Grave-Troll, right? Yeah, I mean, might as well.
It's a 9/9.
I think it's bugged. I think it's bugged.
Interesting. They're just doing this to draw some more cards. We don't have bridges that they're getting rid of at all, so this is kind of free for us. They just gave us a Grave-Troll.
Yep.
This has Death Touch, but that's fine.
What did they reveal?
They've revealed these 10, the bottom 10 here, but it'll put it in the text chat what the things they select are. Because they fixed the bug where it doesn't show you what they selected. Okay, Scrubland, Reanimate, Lotus Petal, Grief and Dread. So you got Animate Dead, Grief, Lotus Petal, Scrubland. So yeah, I think what they're really looking for is Entomb to go and find the thing that stops us from winning, but so far they haven't got that. We might even be regenerating this guy.
Oh my god.
Doesn't happen very often.
So how much is it? 2 mana?
It's 1 mana to regenerate. 1 mana, remove a counter, and regenerate.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The Exhume was nice. Like most of these lists that I've seen, not playing Exhume anymore, and they're playing Animate Dead and Dance of Dead.
Yeah.
Because if you untap this guy with Vigilance, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So, for exactly this reason, Exhume feels very bad in the meta right now, especially when everyone's got like Solitudes and all sorts of stuff flying around.
Yeah. But it's 3 mana?
No, there's another one that's exactly the same as Animate Dead.
Up.
It's the one that the World Gorger Dragon combo uses.
Right.
It's the same, except your creature comes in tapped and doesn't untap unless you pay 2.
Yeah.
Okay, they're just getting our Hogaak. Interesting. A bit rude, but they take an 8 for the pleasure. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe we should have taken the Hogaak. I don't know.
I think it's fine. They've hit themselves for 7 off of the... So they've undone their attack that 10. Animate Dead. Okay, they're going again. Surely you do that first just so you see more cards. That makes sense to me. Let's see what they revealed. Oh, they haven't put their trigger on the stack yet. Let's see what they got. Okay, so now they've got the Entomb. And the Semer's Emissary is in the graveyard. Yeah, so they wasted that Reanimate on the Hogaak there. But they've got Lotus Petal and Reanimate. Have they got Reanimate in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they don't have it. Yeah, so them wasting the Reanimate on the Hogaak might actually be alright for us. Okay, so they've got Semer's Emissary and Faithless Looting. So next turn they can get the Emissary. So we need to try and make that not happen.
Yep.
Okay, so they're griefing us. Probably takes our Otherworldly Gaze. which means I don't think we Otherworldly Gaze in our upkeep because we probably want the regen on our troll.
Yep.
Not every day you regenerate a Golgari Grave-Troll.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a Lotus Petal we know about.
Do they have a reanimation spell? We don't know, right?
We don't know, no. They did have one, but they used it on the Hogaak. So there's a Seven's Emissary. Alright.
Alright. Yeah. I will bring them two back. Yeah.
We've got one bridge there. So that's
We can flash that the Otherworldly Gaze and see what we find.
Do you not want to hold the regen on the troll though? So we can send in the troll. Like we probably want to be Cabal Therapying our opponent. We have one Cabal Therapy though.
Does it make sense to attack with the Ichorid?
They can put the Ichorid here, and then put the Hogaak underneath our Grave-Troll.
Yeah. Just attack with the Grave-Troll, I suppose.
And then we can use the Ichorids to cast our Hogaak if they put the Hogaak underneath the Grave-Troll.
Yep.
Some strange old games we're having tonight. Oh, we get to regen our guy. This is pretty tasty.
I actually never did that.
Well, we won with the last card in our deck being a Firestorm, and now we get to regen our Golgari Grave-Troll. So we're getting all the hits today. We do lose our bridge here. They kept our Hogaak, which is a little bit annoying, but we only had the one bridge to lose.
So what do we name now with the therapies?
It has to be a reanimation spell. I think it's Animate Dead is the one they have, right? One Animate Dead in their graveyard, 2 Animate Deads. No, we saw 2 Animate Deads off of them. We saw 2 Reanimates.
I don't know. So which one is the Exhume, right? Is less likely, most likely?
Yeah, I guess so. Statistically speaking, it's an Exhume, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll stack off one of our Ichorids. We Exhume. We hit. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the bottom 4 cards there.
Yeah. We're gonna take 8 out of the Hogaak. It's gonna be a close one. And then they can cast Grief. I don't know if they want to cast Grief or not.
Is that Ritual? I imagine they just cast the Grief here. They know... Okay, they're just going for the Faithless Looting. Sure. They're just digging for any reanimation spell. Because it just lights out if they find one. We know they've got lands in hand as well. So there's a swamp that we know about. So they got a land. Exhume. Alright. They just go and get the Seven's Emissary.
Yeah, if they bring back that, we can...
Yeah. That's done. Alright. So, I would like to bring in some Leyline of the Voids.
And then I bring 4 Force of Wheels, because they can have Doughty Voidwalker, you know?
Yeah, a lot of them have been running the Doughty Voidwalkers, haven't they?
Yeah.
Some of them have been running Fey Macabre as well, but... So we're probably looking at these, removing Griefs.
No, I actually like to keep them. Like, it gets pretty grindy, so I take, the Firestorms, a couple of Breakthroughs, the Hogaak, because they can reanimate it. And, so we need 2 more cards. We can take a Thug. Maybe we're missing 1 card. Maybe we can remove 1 Force of Will on the... Hope the discard is enough. Something like that sounds good.
Yeah, I can go with that. We want the Force of Will back in on the draw, but we got to win one first.
You can take out 1 Breach, something like that. You can play around with maybe 1 Breach, 1 Ichorid.
I think I'd rather just have the maximum amount of hits when we do start dredging, because we don't have a lot of time in this matchup sometimes. So being able to have good hits early on, so we have more things to bring back and Cabal Therapy with.
Yep.
What do we got here? We don't have a dredger.
But this looks very very reactive, and we have the study. We can I would keep this.
Yeah.
I think this is...
Well, we have the Cephalid Coliseum as well.
Yep.
Which is a pretty big game. So I think we just immediately fire off this Careful Study and see where we end up with it. Interesting. So
we can throw that.
Is it the Narcomoeba and then we grief pitching Cabal Therapy?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Serenity. We didn't care about that. Animate Dead, Entomb. So there's only one of these things that puts a creature in their graveyard. So I think it's the Entomb is a pretty obvious choice here.
Yep. One thing they can do is reanimate our grief. That can be annoying.
Yeah. But we get the zombie tokens. That's nice.
Yep.
We have a force. Whether or not we do it for the grief, I don't know. But we couldn't stop them from doing it anyway because they got so many reanimates. When are they going to print the discard spell that lets you take a land? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Just thought you take your land. That would make me really happy.
So I will force it because anyway we're losing the force.
Yeah. No, they're just going to do the same thing next turn, unfortunately.
Yep.
Pop our graveyard out here. Drawing a regular card. Ichorid. Guess we're playing a land out.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to hit one of our enablers, and then we should be relatively okay. It's probably going to be reanimate on the grief.
Yep.
We discard our Ichorid. That's fine. That's where we want it. We want more cards in our graveyard. Unfortunately, we lost a card in our graveyard because they've got it in play. But Thug, interesting.
I mean, we can attack. I think we're winning this race. So
if this dies, does this go into our graveyard or our opponent's graveyard?
this goes into our graveyard. So if it's, I suppose it shouldn't get exiled.
I think we're attacking here anyway.
Yeah.
And then we can follow up with a Thug.
Yep.
Now, the other option here is to hold this back and try and double block the grief.
Yeah, but like
But then they just reanimate it again.
Yeah, and the Thug goes to the top of our life. Like we need to put a card on the top. So well, we can put the Narcomoeba.
Yeah, but again, we don't have anything to dredge the Narcomoeba away, so.
Yeah, but the Thug would die.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. Of course. So we're taking a little pound in here, but they're only on 11. We don't have anything to bring back with this yet. Cephalid Coliseum. So we can try and double block, or we can just try and pressure our opponent's life total, because we're way ahead in the race, so I think we should just be attacking with our small creatures.
And what we can do is...
I think we keep this in hand in case you draw like a careful study or something. So it gives us a chance of keeping a brainstorm in hand. Oh, not a brainstorm, a breakthrough. No, a breakthrough in hand or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. On the, I would take away like one encounter, like at the end of the opponent's turn, because it can be one more card in the graveyard, you know. For the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be card 6.
Yeah, I think it's pretty free to do that.
The only thing that would punish us is if we draw a Faithless Looting, because then we wouldn't be able to flash the Faithless Looting back. But that's about it, and that's a 2-of in our deck. Whereas this gives us a chance to Cephalid Coliseum. Like, if we can just get a black creature, we might just be able to smash our opponent quite hard.
Yep.
Now, if they've got an Entomb or something here, we just lose the game, pretty much. Yikes,
Yeah.
That's the one. So they're going to go and get Seren's Emissary, and then they're going to go and Animate Dead. And then we are done here. Yep. The Battle of the Graveyard decks, we did not end up victorious, but at least we didn't go to like 2 minutes left on our clock this time.
Yeah.
But this is quite a swingy matchup in my experience with playing Dredge.
Yeah, and that's like the weakness of Grief in this matchup. Like they can reanimate it, and like, but I don't know. I'm on the edge. If like you should keep them or sideboard them board out. Sometimes like they play like it's your only interaction, and they have like the turn one.
But like the grief isn't what beat us there anyway, really. So
yeah,
this game would have played out the exact same way even if they didn't have the grief. We'd have just had slightly more life total, but then we just immediately died to this emissary anyway. So I think it's still right to keep the griefs in. Right, we've got 2 more rounds to go. Let's crack on. All right, we're on the play. Our opponent's got 61 cards in their deck, which probably means they're playing oops or spells.
Yeah.
So we're on the play, so we can fire this off and name one of their guys, perhaps. I think we have to fire off the Cabal Therapy here, because they will But like, our hand's good anyway. We're keeping this hand. But a turn one has to be Cabal Therapy because if someone presents me a 61 card deck, I've played enough Oops or spells to know what's going on here. Question is, what do we name with the Cabal Therapy?
Yeah, I was hesitating on playing on like mulliganing to a Grief. But yeah, we can do the 50-50. I will name the one that costs 3. I think it's the Under City Informer.
Or we could name something like Dark Ritual. But
I think we name Under City Informer because like the other one, maybe they don't have 4 mana. I don't think so, but
yeah, I think it's the correct name. Oh, we hit as well.
Oh, nice.
Apologies, opponent. I've played a lot of Oops or spells. Well, not a lot. I think I played 3 or 4 leagues with it. Because sometimes you only got like a very short amount of time to do a league.
Oh,
Oops is pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're going to get Thoughtseized here. They're probably going to take our Careful Study, which is a shame, but at least they're not killing us this turn. They had the turn 1 kill with, or they could turn 2 with a Thoughtseize. But we got there. We just have to fade quite a lot of draws from our opponent.
I think it should be fine if we get one card like
do we draw or do we Otherwordly Gaze in our upkeep? I think Otherwordly Gaze, right?
Absolutely. If we get one Narcomoeba, we can take all the Semen Spirit Guides, you know. That would be amazing.
That would be pretty tasty.
I think
this is tricky. We don't want the Firestorm.
Don't we? I think we want the Firestorm.
Why? Oh, just to get rid of one of our dredges.
I mean, we can get rid of like the Stinkweed Imp on the. What do you want to? What were you thinking about?
No, I think you're right. Instead of just trying to chase dredges with Otherworldly Gaze, we should probably just keep the Firestorm, shouldn't we? Do we want to keep the land for the purposes of being able to flash back these 2 Otherworldly Gazes, though?
Yeah, maybe like the keep is throw the gaze. We keep
the other 2 because we draw 1 this turn, we draw 1 next turn. Although we can Firestorm in our upkeep.
Yeah, or is it gonna be? I suppose. Yeah, we can Firestorm on. It doesn't matter, but.
So we can put this one on top of our library.
Yeah.
And then the Firestorm.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, but they have the Thoughtseize. The other Thoughtseize. Oh, this was.
Oh, they do have the. Yeah. No, that's a good point.
We should have kept the land on the Firestorm. Oh, maybe they don't play it because, like, if we were smart, we would have kept the land. Oh my God, we're so bad.
Oh dear.
It's alright. We're gonna draw the land. See Narcomoeba. Flashback the Otherworldly Gaze and see Narcomoeba. And it's gonna be game.
Well, we definitely don't want these. I don't think we want the Grief either, do we?
No.
Alright. So we can Otherworldly Gaze in our upkeep. We just need to be able to get rid of these Semen Spirit Guides, and then we're all good.
Yeah.
Blue.
Come on, the Narcomoebas. I think you keep the Careful Study on the Breakthrough.
What about the Cabal Therapy here?
Yeah, but we cannot cast it. Like, we will.
We can't cast it this turn, I guess. Yeah. Whether or not we want it next turn, I was just thinking.
I would throw away the Therapy, then draw the Breakthrough this turn, on next turn the Careful Study, in case they have another Thoughtseize. They throw the Cabal Therapy, then Study, and then on top Breakthrough. Yeah. And then we need to. I think if we paid one more draw step, we're alright.
If we kept the Cabal Therapy, we could guarantee to smash all the Spirit Guides next turn. That's all I was thinking. Because this way we're looking for we're looking for a creature to sacrifice.
Yeah, but we're alright. Like, if they don't have this card, we're gonna draw the Careful Study, and then we're gonna break through for a lot.
Yeah. Statistically, we should be fine, I think.
Yeah, unless we miss the dredges.
But alright, our opponent's still got nothing over there, so that's good for us. So let's carefully study.
Yep. So, yeah, there's Stinkweed Imp. We can even Cabal Therapy them.
Yeah, this feels pretty good. Our opponent might scoop to this.
Yep.
Then we will break through. Another dredger? We did hit another dredger. Good. We hit 2 dredgers there. We are dredging thugs, which doesn't feel great, but...
Oh no. On the Ichorid, right? Oh yeah, we need to score the whole. Oh, that's
so we didn't hit anything there, but we did stop our opponent from doing their stuff this turn. And they have the Thassa's Oracle in hand, which usually isn't a problem because you just Cabal Therapy themselves. But we can Otherworldly Gaze on our upkeep as well. Our opponent should be... Let's have a think. So they've got no mana here. So they've got enough to... They got up to 3 mana here because they don't have Threshold yet. So I guess we just start getting these guys back. Grief. And another Grief. And then... Oh, we should have Otherworldly Dredge, didn't we?
It's fine. Then we swing for it with everything. And then I would... how many Cabal Therapies do we have? I would just take the whole hand apart. Like...
Yeah.
Not the Thassa's Oracle, but the Cabal Ritual, the Summoner's Pact, or whatever.
Well, we can flash back the Faithless Looting as well. We probably should.
No, I think. Oh yeah. Also, we can do that also. But I think it's. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We just if we flash back the Faithless Looting now.
Yeah.
We've got lethal anyway. We don't really need to do very much.
Yeah.
Let's sacrifice one of these. Let's just name the Cabal Ritual. Well, they had 2. That's pretty unfortunate for them. We'll just take all the mana out. That's all we need to do here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but the Narcomoebas are technically better because you get like more zombies overall.
We got any more here? We'll name the Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to do anything else here. Just leave it, and our opponent's got just a Thassa's Oracle in hand. So, right, okay, sure. So we got game 1 against Oops purely because they presented a 61 card deck, and we hit our 50-50. So
yep.
that's pretty tasty. So we're going to want our Cavern, and I think this is a Force of Will matchup for sure.
Yeah,
and a Leyline matchup.
Yeah.
Now, what are we looking at here? The Grief's probably not going to be doing anything here. I guess they're okay if we get to our second turn, but
yeah,
these are just better things, right?
Yeah, what I do usually is I end up having a very grindy matchup. Mm-hmm. I remove the Firestorms.
Oh, sorry, wrong ones. Wrong red cards.
Because they're like, you cannot kill their Narcomoebas because they have bridges, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah. We can go down 2 breakthroughs, 1 Golgari Thug. We can. I like remove like. I remove 1 bridge because like if we have like 1 Ichorid coming back, it's gonna be fine. And
I don't think we can remove any blue cards, otherwise our Force of Will won't do anything.
Yeah, maybe we can go down. Yeah.
I think on the play we have another one of these. But I don't know if we need them on the draw, or are we supposed to like get rid of an Ichorid?
Also, yeah. Can trim 1 Ichorid. Like, as long as they don't combo out, we
Alright, let's try like this.
Sometimes it can get scrappy and like they play their Simian Spirit guys and stuff, but usually we win those games. This hand
will not do anything. We need a piece of our disruption because they are the fastest combo deck in the format. So, double Leyline. Yeah, I guess we keep this. Because their hate is probably going to be the Force of Vigor.
Yeah,
we don't have any mana is the problem though.
I'm.
Is it enough to stop them, or should we try and go deeper and find something to do ourselves?
Yeah, I think we can do better.
We can't keep it. We need turn 0 interaction. Force of Will, no blue card.
Yeah.
Can't keep this one.
Okay, this is something.
Okay. So 4 of these cards have got to go. So we're keeping the Leyline. Probably our best dredge. So we don't want the Thug. That's the weakest card here.
Yeah, I would throw away. Like I would keep the Otherworldly Gaze. and the Grief, or no, or I will throw away the Golgari Grave-Troll, the Ichorid, and the question is about like, is it better the Grief or the Cabal Therapy? I think
It's probably better to keep the Grief, isn't it?
yeah,
On balance, I think.
yeah.
They might just concede the Leyline if they haven't thought we're bringing in Leyline, though. So.
Yep.
Leyline of Sanctity. Okay, they probably haven't brought in their Leyline, so we should be okay, maybe. It's possible. Now, they can always beat down. I have been killed by Oops or Spells beating me down before, which is sad, but it happens. They might have done so the mono black Oops or Spells deck pivots into Belcher, and I found that to be really powerful out of the sideboard because you just ignore the graveyard hate and just ramp out a Belcher. Yep, so they're just going on the beatdown plan. Now we're going to need to find something here. We can Cabal Therapy our opponent. No, we can't actually, no, because they've got the Leyline of Sanctity. So the Grief's not going to do anything here. So we just have to draw up some cards and hope that we eventually get to do something this game. Like one land and we can start Otherworldly Gazing. And the clock is quite slow on the Undersea Informer. City of Brass, there we go. We don't really need to do it now, do we?
I don't know, if we hit like a breach, we can Grief. I don't know. I think it doesn't matter. We might as well do it now.
We have a bridge. Okay.
Pretty good. I would put the bridge, and I would keep these both. Like
I think we put the Breakthrough and then the Coliseum, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know. So I'm scared of them having like a reanimate.
Oh, what, for our Grief? They do play one reanimate in their list, don't they? I don't think we can just take two anyway, right? We don't need to fire this off yet.
Or maybe the Cabal Therapy is better later on. And we can always pitch it next turn.
Yeah, we've got the Breakthrough coming soon. We're going to take 4 more damage from this Undersea Informer before we get to do anything, but what we're doing is going to be intrinsically more powerful than what our opponent's doing.
Yep.
I think we just...
Yep. We can flashback the Otherworldly Gaze.
Yeah, we know we're keeping the Breakthrough, but we might find something else on top.
Yep.
But might as well do that on our opponent's turn. We're going to take a little bit of damage from our lands as well.
Yep.
So this little guy is getting a lot of work done. A Lotus Petal. I'm going to get another little guy. So maybe we can get a bit of joy here. So we're definitely keeping the Breakthrough that's on top. Another bridge, that can go in the graveyard.
Yeah.
So if we put the Careful Study on top, we just get to see another card, right?
Yeah.
Is that worth paying the life for? Probably.
Yeah, I think it's
Put on top of your library. Put on top of your library. Wowzers. We're hitting a decent amount of stuff here.
Yeah. The question is, do we want...
We can just Grief and make ourselves 2 zombies. Because our life total is getting a bit low now.
Or alternatively, we can cast Breakthrough for 0, and then like if we find a Dredger, then we can activate Coliseum.
On the following turn.
Yeah, but I think I'm a little bit... What do you think they're going to kill us with the 2-3? It's 5 turns.
It's so embarrassing when it happens. That's the problem. The other option we can do is we can Otherworldly Gaze this turn and then Breakthrough next turn.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, we can also hit a Narcomoeba, and it will be great because we can Cabal Therapy. Okay, we don't want... do we want the Otherworldly Gaze? I think it's better than the Careful Study.
Yeah, so do I. So just leave this on top.
Yeah.
And then
in worst case scenario, we can cast the Otherworldly Gaze, and if we don't find anything, we can still cast Breakthrough and turn the Coliseum.
I've died to this once on my channel so far, just the beatdowns from this deck. I don't want it to happen again. It's so embarrassing. If they have the reanimate here, that's actually pretty bad for us. A Dark Ritual, okay.
Maybe they have another guy.
They might have their own Grief. Or it could be Balustrade Spy. Elvish Spirit Guide. Okay.
Almost lethal they have.
Yikes. Gonna need to find something.
Oh my god. I think you need to throw away everything.
Yeah. We just need to mill 4 with the breakthrough.
Wait. We're gonna go back down to 5, and then we cannot activate the Coliseum.
But we don't have any action going on here. So.
Yeah, I think you need to. Yeah, you need to. And then we pray we hit an Narcomoeba sometime, or Ichorid now. I think we have 1 Ichorid left.
Oh dear, oh dear. Because they're going to have answers for Leyline next time, which is a problem.
Come on, the dredge. Yes.
We have 2 Bridge from Belows and a Cabal Therapy here, so we can make 2 zombies.
Yeah. Do we Cabal Therapy ourselves? Or...
We can't attack our opponent because of thing. We're going to lose our bridges though.
Yeah.
But we do get to take away the Elvish Spirit Guides. We just need 1 blocker. It's tough. Just that guy. What?
Yeah, we double block.
That's a very weird attack to me. Like, the cards don't go to their graveyards, so Leyline doesn't get removed. I just don't understand that play at all.
Oh yeah, the bridges didn't get...
Okay.
Okay. And we found an Ichorid.
No Hogaak though. No more Cabal Therapies. Nope.
Yeah,
so
but it doesn't matter because we can attack, right?
Can we?
Like, what are you scared of?
A bounce spell on our guy.
Yeah, but they would like they don't play. I don't think they play. Let me check quickly, but I don't think they play. They just play the Force of Vigor. Now, usually they play 4 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Foundation Breaker, 4 Force of Vigor, 4 Static Swamp, 2 Veil of Summer. So I think I would attack you. Famous last words, right?
Hey, at least if we die, it's not on me this time, right? So they attack the Spirit Guide, we just get 2 zombies, so... I really don't understand their attack last turn.
Yeah.
They really saved our bacon there. Maybe they didn't know about the Leyline thing, but I think you still attack with both guys anyway. Because I'm forced to block 1 on each that way.
I think we still would have been fine because like we hit an Narcomoeba and then we jump, but yeah.
So we're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff soon anyway. So
yeah, I think. Do we have lethal next turn if you attack with? I think there's no reason to not attack with everything. Like the Ichorid is gonna die.
If they have Fairy Macabre or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't. This game is basically won. We just need to not make a mistake. I think.
Yeah.
We just need to make sure our opponent doesn't have some sort of way back in. Because I know some lists do run Fairy Macabre as an option. And they would have brought it in this matchup for sure.
Yeah, or Surgical Extraction. Yeah, for sure.
It's Cabal Therapy.
There's no reason to cast it, right? Like,
sorry?
to pitch it. Like, you cannot target him on, like...
Yeah, but we can just put these both back in the graveyard.
Yeah, it's fine.
But this guy's going to die anyway, I suppose. And we've already got one thing in there, so I guess we just go to end step and let this die anyway. Alright. What have you got, opponent? Nothing. So we got the match there. Basically, knowledge of the format won us the first game there.
Yep. And
this one was a bit of a weird one. We very nearly got beaten down by the rubbish guys. So,
where the man versus the last point.
I'm glad we didn't. I don't want to have that twice on my channel getting beaten like that. All right, we've got one to go. I think this is for the 3-2.
Yeah.
So let's give this a whirl. Our opponent is a 61 card deck again.
Oh my god. We're on the play. I would mulligan this. Anyway, like even if it's so we think it's oops, right?
Like it's oops or a badly built deck basically, right? So I think we need to find an answer to oops.
Yeah. Okay, we can do the same thing as last game.
All right. So we need to keep these. We don't really have a draw discard thing, so we definitely get rid of the Narcomoeba.
Yeah,
probably get rid of the bridge.
Yeah.
And that'll do.
Yeah.
If we get to do this twice in one league, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, it's elves.
61 card elves. Interesting. Why they got 61 cards in their deck? Maybe it's to trick people like me into wasting a Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, we can strip them of 2 visionaries next turn. I would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the glimpse of nature, but
This is probably the Birchshot turn, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we could take 2 visionaries out.
Or if they, so if we don't, so if we strip the visionaries, they can go glimpse of nature, Nettle Sentinel, Heritage Druid. They can draw 2 more cards, right?
Yeah.
To take the glimpse of nature.
It's going to be tough, I think, where we're sat up here. We got really baited in by there. You reckon the glimpse is better here? I think it's pretty close between them.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Wrong one. So they got an Allosaurus Shepherd in there.
Yeah, Elves is a pretty mediocre matchup because, like they can play Endurance. They have 4 Leylands of the Void usually in the sideboard. So
and they've got a lot of guys that they can throw under the bus and remove our bridges and soak up damage as well. And they can just win faster than we can quite often.
Yep.
We should do the up. Oh,
yeah.
Dear. We'll probably still do it now though.
Yeah, I mean if we
find a Narcomoeba, we can get rid of those 2 things.
Firestorm is awesome. I would. Yeah, do we want the land? I think. We probably don't.
I don't think we need it, right? We're going to dredge these next turn.
Yeah, we're gonna dredge.
Okay. Hopefully they won't kill us this turn. There's one of these. Make the other one. Ugh. Cradle was pretty bad news for us.
Yeah, I think we lost this one. I mean, we can.
If they got natural order, we're dead here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 12 plus 7. Green Sun Zenith for 8. That's the same difference. All right, sideboard in. Tough one. Is it just bounce stuff?
Those 5 ones, and this time we want to keep the Firestorms. They're pretty.
Yeah, they seem pretty tasty here.
Yeah, and I think we can take out some Griefs. I usually take out some Grief, like 4 of them, because like we're mostly afraid of Leyline, and we can fight through Endurance, on maybe 1 breakthrough. On I think that's
Yeah, like I always say with Dredge, like 1 piece of like Tormod's Crypt endurance type stuff doesn't stop you winning the game.
Yep. I think it's too slow. I mean, it's alright as a hand, but I think we can do better. This is not bad. I would keep this. Like we go. I mean, if they have the Leyline, it's a bit awkward, but we can dig for the.
What's the probably one that goes back here? Is it the Ichorid or is it the Hogaak? Could be the.
No, the Hogaak is very good. Like if you throw it to the bottom of the deck, you're never gonna see it again.
Yeah.
So I think for me it's the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have the Leyline. But we can dig for an answer. I think it doesn't matter which one you play.
No. We'd like to have a Faithless Looting possibly as a thing to flashback later, so we'd rather possibly have the chance.
I think you throw the Ichorid on 1 Stinkweed Imp.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I think we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Nettle Sentinel.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to cast the Faithless Looting. Oh my god. We throw the Narcomoeba on the Gemstone Mine. Yeah.
I think we're in a whole heap of trouble right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think we kind of lost this one with our decision to go for to to think that they were upsol spells, you know.
So we got super rewarded for our metagame knowledge in the previous round, and then we got horrifically punished for knowing about the meta in this one. It's funny how the world works sometimes. But it's worth it for how funny it was to take apart that Oops player last round, right?
Yeah.
They can deploy another elf this turn if they want.
Yeah, I think it's... I mean, if we draw, I don't know, a Firestorm, we're in okay shape, but... Yeah.
I don't even think we play any of these. I guess we can play out a Stinkweed Imp here.
Yeah.
Probably a Confluence. Yikes. Now we're the person on the terrible beatdown plan. Okay, didn't have a Cradle, so that's something.
Yeah, maybe they don't have a payoff. Or maybe they do.
This looks like a natural order though. Yep. So this with Crate Hoof is lethal, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll let him come in.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Alright, so a 2-3, not the most successful, but let's have a little chat about the deck. So that last round, like you said, Elves is somewhat of a tricky matchup at times, and we did hamstring ourselves a bit in the first game because we really went into the 61 cards because it happened the previous round as well, and we were rewarded for it. I think I would probably still make that same play again, even though it didn't work out for us, but such is life sometimes.
Yep. We got to see, I think we got a good display of Gemstone Caverns in, I think it was game 2 or first game. That was nice.
That second game where we went to the last card in our deck was, that second round was incredible.
Yeah.
And then we just managed to come back and win them in game 3 in like 4 minutes. So I think we got to showcase a lot of what this deck can do. And we also showed sort of the limitations in the face of things like you can't operate this deck under Leyline, obviously. And sometimes you'll lose to that. That's a very real thing. Whereas reanimated decks at least have show and tell as a sideboard option, but we don't really get that flex. We just have to deal with the Leyline. Now we do have options to beat the Leyline, but you don't always get the most amount of time to draw it in the metagame at the moment.
Yes, we didn't get to play against the Delver or the Initiative. That would have been nice. But this deck, it's against the Initiative. It's not the best matchup because they have a Lane of the Void also. But against
and
Delver,
they have the Solitudes they can pitch and take away bridges as well. It can be
against them, it's a pretty alright matchup because like they're not that fast and you get to grind a bit.
I like playing Dredge into Delver because normally they just have maybe one Grafdigger's Cage, but probably 2 Surgical, and that's it. And that's quite easy to beat through. And I quite enjoy that matchup. But yeah, that's the thing with Dredge. Like sometimes it's not going to work out for you, and that's just the way the deck plays sometimes.
Yeah. Unlike game 1, we got stomped by. Like we were on the draw, and they went turn 1.
The Magus.
Yeah. Sometimes like you play draw is can be tricky.
Right. Is there any changes that you think about making to this deck list?
Maybe I'm not like the Leyline of Sanctity is was when there were a lot of Knight of the Reliquary decks on lab. Those are not very popular, or like Cloud Post. So maybe you can trim one of those and put another Leyline of the Void. Maybe playing one more Firestorm in the sideboard for against Elves or against Delver.
Like against also Death Shadow as well. Like decks that sometimes play creatures to the board that give you an opportunity to have an uncounterable way of killing something as well as doing it. But it depends on the build of Death Shadow, to be honest.
Yeah. And also, there's the Poxwalkers in paper. So,
yes.
That like you might want to fit 1 or 2 copies in the main deck because you can like Cabal Therapy. They come back instantly. You can do some nice tricks. But for me, the main deck is super tight. Like the Firestorm are kind of the flex spot, but they give you a lot of flexibility for like Elves on Delver and I don't know, so random matchups like against Cephalid Breakfast. Is So I don't know
I
where
think
you
if you're
would.
replacing the Firestorms, you're probably replacing them with another enabler like Faithless Looting or something anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not really flexing into Poxwalkers. I'll definitely try some dredge with Poxwalkers when they eventually come to online, but who knows when that's going to be. I think it's scheduled for April maybe. So it's a long way off, which is a bit of a shame that paper and online are so different right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our league. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this one. We definitely had some pretty fun moments, so it was worth being there. All right. And to anyone who's watching, like, comment, subscribe. Please do these things. They help me out. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.